I made a thoughts video sometime back where I'd mentioned basically this chapter, Numbers 19, but it was amazing because, well, okay, I'll tell you what the video mentioned. It was the fact that God has nothing to do with death and doesn't want the children of Israel to have anything to do with it. And it was amazing because after I made that video, there was a couple of instances in the next chapter that I read that had referenced that notion. But Numbers chapter 19 is a chapter that really gets into detail about not having anything to do with the dead body. He that toucheth the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. Then it goes on to mention, even a grave. Anyone that even touches a grave is unclean. Right here, the dead body or a bone of a man or a grave shall be unclean 7 days. Because God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. Jesus said, you remember, as the one fellow said, let me first go and bury my father. Jesus said, let the dead bury their dead. I've been dealing with my poor dear mother who's been languishing between a nursing home and a hospital for a long time. It keeps going back and forth, and it will not cease, where I keep getting bothered by people that are kind of like, let her die, let her die, let her die. That's what the world does. The world tells the healthcare professionals, well, look, they basically are like, I got too much going on. They don't express it this way, but it's like, I've got my lifestyle to maintain. I've got I got all this stuff I'm busy with. Okay, you're the professionals. Go ahead. You do what's best. Nonsense. I will not allow that to occur any longer. Too much of that has already transpired. And I'll do everything humanly possible to keep her alive, knowing that God is the keeper of life. I can't make her stay alive. God's the one who's giving her life, and I've got to honor that life while she still has it. I hope this is an encouragement to any other Christian who's going through such a time. We choose life. If they have a respirator that is meant to sustain life, and there's a possibility of its being needed, wheel it in. Nobody wants to see their parent go through any kind of mechanical sustenance. But, hey, when the choice is me deciding for them to die, it ain't going to happen. Because I'll stand with God. God is the one who's given life. And I'll honor the life. God gives us examples of that outside. When we cut down a tree, it tries to grow back. When you try to step on an ant, it tries to escape. You might say, what kind of life do they have? They have a life that God's given them. The arduous life of an ant, yet he wants to live. That blue jay over there, he's a mean old guy. Those blue jays are mean old birds. He wants to live. That's why he'll scare off every other bird he can just to get a little something to eat. Now you can't see him. Okay, I think you get the point. Just had a reason to get a shot of the early spring here in southern New York.